Hello and welcome to TGF Studios. Today it's the follow-up for my egg cup. I made this one here, and this is a question and answers. Well, unfortunately I just got one question from RobbieTheWoodturner, and this is how I sharpen my tools. Okay, I'll go ahead and show you the things I do with my tools. Well, the most precise sharpenings I'll do is with my planer blades, like this small one here, and my woodworking chisels like these. And for that I've got a diamond stone over here for, well, this is a coarse one for getting flat surfaces and all of that, and a water stone. And in addition to that, I've got this jig here, which actually rolls, well, is set to the angle you want to have, and it rolls on top of the surface here, and you get consistent angle for this. Okay, for my wood turning tools I use a normal benchtop grinder, where I build a bigger table in front where I can get the wood turning chisels to turn on, like the way Robbie showed in his earlier videos. It's quite similar to that. Well, as I haven't got one of these slow rotating ones, I came up with a solution. Well, as you are doing it on the turning, you just take light passes. So I don't use a lot of pressure, well, almost no pressure on the actual grinding area, and this leads to the fact that it isn't heating that much as it is when you just press it onto the rotating stone. Okay, with that said, well, there is just one question left. And, well, as Alan Stratton says, he would have made the stem a little longer, but now it comes up to the idea and the shape of my egg cup here. Well, actually, I could have turned every single of my older things into an egg cup. For example, my UFO-shaped tea light candle holder would also be a nice egg cup. Well, now talking about the special shape over here, it goes a little bit back in the history of my area I'm living here. Well, I'm living in the Lüneburger Heath, which is, a man-made surrounding. As you see on this picture here, it had been a forest, a swamp, with most of the trees over here had been birch trees, and this is original the area how it looked like 1,000 years ago. Everything over here had been covered with trees, and you had a big forest around here. The ground over here is almost everything is sand because of the ice age. This is the end area of the ice age, and all of the material which had been pushed down here is sand. So the ground, the soil is pretty poor. Excuse me. The soil is pretty poor, so there isn't much to grow on here as long as it goes to birch or some very strong plants. sheep we've got over here. This sheep eats small trees. Well, whenever a birch starts to grow, you've got these small things, and this animal is eating it. So what was left is the heath. Well, this led to an area which looks nowadays like so. Well, actually, at this point, we are going back to do the same as the people over 800 years ago. We start cutting down our trees in order to heat up our houses. Well, most of the houses over here got an extra heating with an open fireplace. Well, open fireplace or a fireplace where they can burn wood. And this leads to, well, actually, you can't buy any local lumber instead of firewood. So the only thing I'm able to work with is, well, literally speaking, firewood. Well, when I'm talking about the wood I find over here. So this led me to the idea of this egg cup. So I'll come closer and show you what I'm talking about. Well, this egg cup here is kind of hybrid. You cut down a tree, and these rough off-center turnings here do represent the, well, cutting down of the trees and the branches. And for us as woodworkers and wood turners, it is an idea to make something beautiful out of a thing, well, just cut down for getting heat and, well, save a little money. So in order to represent this, cut it down, I left everything on the outside here. I even left the moss on here, just covered it with some beeswax to, well, prevent it, well, to get it clean after use now. And well, the actual shape of this one is of the cup here is the traditional shape of an egg cup. But nevertheless, for me, it's more getting something out of firewood, where you can actually see that it is still firewood, and this is what I said. This represents these two randomly, well, off-center cut, but randomly done cuts over here represent the firewood on this piece and turn it into something useful and, well, beautiful, which is the egg cup portion. I didn't want to finish it down to where you actually can see the base of this piece, but I just left it this way. So my useful thing, which is in this case an egg cup, I showed it on my plumwood challenge that you can do actually a lot more beautiful things out of firewood than a thing like this, but this is my idea behind my egg cup here. So I hope this leaves some questions for you, some questions for me. You can just ask me some questions about that, and this leaves you thinking about what we are doing with our, well, in which way we can show our respect for the wood. Actually, most of the times I'm using something like this. This is a branch of, I don't know what wood it is. Actually, I got it from one who cuts down trees, and I asked him, what wood is this? And he said, well, I don't know. I just cut it down because I need the firewood. I said, okay, I'll make something beautiful out of it. I thought I would make something beautiful out of it. and it worked out quite nice. Okay, so let us think about how we treat our sources, the wood, and let us be, well, more mindful on using our material, our everyday working material, and don't waste. That's well, what I want to do. Don't waste any wood you've got, because, well, it might lead to the change I just showed you, which happened, well, 800 years ago now over here, but which might happen again. And well, this is something which we should think about to, as well, reasonable woodworkers. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you leave comments down there, and let's talk about my idea of this, which reminds me of I have to treat my wood the way, with a little respect, in order to get, in order to make something, well, for a couple of people useless, because, well, you can buy these things cheaper at Walmart, but for me this represents more my respect for the wood. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment down there, like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope I'll see you on my next project.